Greetings! So I'm making this video for Bish and Chips, I think that's your name, from Reddit. Been asking about how to wire up the NZXT Hue strips to work with the Asus addressable header, which is a new feature on some of the Asus boards. So it's pretty simple. This would be a standard connection from an NZXT. So if you imagine where I've cut this wire, that's fed to the Hue Plus unit. Well, in this case, it'd probably be connected to the motherboard header. It's the same fitting, so it just kind of plugs straight into the header on the motherboard. So you then just connect it to the strip normally. Now that'd work fine with a Hue, but with the NZXT, with the Asus header, two of these pins are the wrong way around. So see where the arrow is? That corresponds to the 5 volts. That's absolutely fine. The second pin along, which is labelled in on the strip, actually corresponds to the data output on the motherboard. That is also fine. So the problem comes with ground here, which is pin 3 on the strip. It's actually pin 4 from the Asus header, and pin 3 is blank. So where it says FD there on the Hue strip, you just don't care about that. That's irrelevant. But what you need to do is connect the 4th pin of this this connector here into the into the ground of the strip. Now, a few ways of doing that. Depends on how comfortable you are with, say, soldering. So you could kind of just swap these wires around, just solder it. It's about as simple a job as you could ever hope for in terms of soldering. Or alternatively, and this is probably easier but maybe a little bit messier, you can buy DuPont wire, which is available from Amazon. It looks like this. Oh bloody hell, I've actually picked up the wrong type. So anyhow, one side is a pin, and on the other, on normal DuPont wiring, is a female end, and you would just kind of unplug the strip, get the DuPont wire, connect it to the pins, and then you would connect it one at a time to the correct pins on the strip. And that would kind of just make things work. Once you've actually wired it up, that's the end of the job. You can just use the Asus Aura software to power the strips, and there's nothing else really involved. I would recommend soldering. It'd be a really simple kind of case of just cutting that connector off and soldering straight onto it. You know, stripping back these wires here on the Hue connector, and just soldering straight on. That's the nice easy job. The DuPont wire, yeah, do the job, but probably look a bit messier. I suppose you can hide it somewhere, but that's entirely up to you. But it is as simple as that. Just connect the wires up in the right order, and off you go. And it gets rid of that horrible Hue Plus software, or CAM software, that runs the Hue Plus. I battled with that stuff for years. Don't miss it one bit. And you get pretty much every feature on the Asus sync. Just trying to think of anything that would be missing. Now, I suppose the only thing missing is the ability to kind of customize the strips. So in CAM, you could kind of define that light to be red, that to be green, that to be red, that to be blue. You don't get that level of granular control on the Asus sync, which is a bit of a shame. Aura, sorry, keep calling it sync. But other than that, all's good. You get your rainbow effects, breathing, static, music reaction, which actually works quite a little bit better in my experience, but I don't use it that often. So yeah, there you go. Any more questions, just let me know.